Yes, and they will be on KZL.
Okay.
All right, so we've got it. So you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone.
Sorry. Introduce yourself, give a brief spiel about why you're running, and then the students are going to ask questions. Okay? All right. Thank you.
Well, hi everyone. My name is Alexandria Anderson. Some of your faces I've already had the opportunity of meeting before. I've been in Austin now for 21 years. Have lived on the east side for 12 years and had the opportunity of serving in many leadership positions when it pertains to my community and also currently now with the city. So you said my why. My why is one that starts from being the chair of my neighborhood association. So I've been doing that now for 7 years. No, more than that. Actually, almost 10 years. And seeing my personal experiences when I've attended city council meetings, advocating for the needs of my community members, making sure that they're getting what they need when it comes to housing, infrastructure, climate, sustainability, and seeing the lack of disconnect as well as the lack of concern as it pertains to what is happening in our area. I know District 1 is very vast. I'm not sure if you guys know the parameters of the district. Do y'all know? Sort of, kind of? Okay. Opportunity.
Go ahead and lay them out.
Thank you. So actually, you guys are on the furthest south part of the district, so 7th Street. The north side of the district, 7th Street is the district. The south side is going into District 3. I-35 is the furthest west, and that varies the more you go north because then part of District 9 creeps in, part of District 4 creeps in, and essentially goes almost up to Wells Park Branch, which is Pflugerville. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And even in there are pockets that are not considered a part of the district, but yet have an impact on what is happening in the area. And then it goes all the way furthest east past 130. So the district is big and it's very massive. And even in that pocket, you have more of a central core. The further east you go, you have more of a rural, suburban type vibe. And the concerns of those communities are similar, but there are also differences. So I guess my why is continuing with that, is just wanting to advocate for my neighbors, come in with innovative and solutions that would be like the best, I feel, for the district, wanting to have more of a city-community collaboration when it comes to policy making and truly listen to the individuals who are the boots on the ground and getting the work done. And I think there's ample opportunity around preservation, but also the growth of District 1, how it's moving, what that looks like over the next 5 to 10 years, and how we're expanding housing and infrastructure and looking to serve and support small businesses. So I think that's in a nail. Oh, okay. I could talk about this forever, and I do not know how much time I have. But I'm just excited to get more into the district and have the opportunity to connect with those individuals who have been living here for decades and those who are just like, I moved to Austin 2 months ago. And this is the area, this is the vibe, this is where I feel like I wanted to put down roots. And you guys are a part of that, being students and hopefully longtime residents. I'm not sure what you want to do after you graduate. Yeah.
Ryan, my bad. Go ahead.
Ladies first.
Go ahead.
Ladies first.
First of all, it's nice to see you again.
Yes.
You really have been putting boots on the ground. I've been seeing you do the work. You just launched your campaign recently.
Yes.
And I wanted, you to give us more insight on some of the things that, your team has been doing to, show us, to basically physically put in that work. I almost forgot what my question was. Sorry about that.
No, let me tell you something. We've had this conversation before. Yes. I was like, I am your friend. See me as like if you were talking to your best friend and not someone that's in this position. And I feel like sometimes we put people on pedestals. Don't do that. I am.
That's real.
You're good. But no, I just wanted you to give us more insight on some of the things that your team has been doing, to put that work in.
So I think I've kind of added a little bit more onto my plate other than what I've already been doing in the community. So I'll give you an example just of my schedule the last 2 weeks. So I've gone to different neighborhood associations meetings. I have met with different representatives of the different Austin chambers to have an understanding of what's happening with our local businesses. I am on 3 commissions for the city of Austin. So the Commission for Women, the African American Resource Advisory Commission, and the Joint Inclusion. And so recently, in April, you vote for who your next chair and vice chair for the commissions will be. And so the African American Resource Advisory Commission and the Commission for Women recently nominated and unanimously voted me as the chair of those commissions. So I'm super excited to dive in deeper when it comes to, especially for the Women's Commission around maternal health, and especially Black maternal health. And diving more into what is happening with our African American community as we're showing up for students on housing, and also too when it comes to voting. I know our commission was really looking to have a big push for that leading into the primaries, midterms, and then going into November. So that's what I did. I have a small business, so I still do that as well. On top of that, we had our neighborhood association meeting, and I had a representative from Public Citizen come and speak about what is happening with the utilities, the potential of possibly having 2 peaker plants. Do you guys know what that is? Peaker plants are dealing with how we're going to move electricity and helping to combat when we got like high surges when it comes to electricity, but there is an environmental effect when it comes to that. So dealing and navigating that space, and just connecting. Oh, yes. Oh, see, I told you I could talk forever. So just basically doing a lot more work when it comes diving deeper into what is happening in the community. So I'm excited about that. I've been loving meeting more with the neighbors.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice to see you again.
Yes.
Ryan Fontaine Mitchell, senior here at HT. You mentioned previously the differences between the suburban and rural areas and districts. What would you say is Austin's most pressing issue? And then what is your plan to solve it and to address it?
So that's a really good question. There is a difference between the city. I think a lot of people, when they think of District 1, they just think of this core. So I-35, 290, 183, Airport Boulevard, and they're not considering what's happening up north, what's happening east, and what's happening south. And so I think that's tricky to say. I think a quality of life would be my answer. And so as I see it, quality of life is the umbrella of housing. So do I have housing stability? Am I able to move? That includes transportation. When it's going, like, am I able to access where I go and what I'm doing? And so I think it's the quality of life with the umbrella of dealing with our housing stability, our unhoused individuals being able to pay their bills, navigate all of that, making sure we have I call it the 5 pillars, where I live, work, play, worship, and go to school. And so navigating through all of those. But I guess housing, if I would say one thing, is housing is one of our pressing issues around the city, but it's more so true affordable housing. And then even with the housing that we have, how are we stabilizing individuals to be able to stay in their housing?
Great answer.
All right. So my name's Dakari Woods. I'm a junior here at HT, and my question somewhat piggybacks off of the one that was previously asked, because it deals with how your district that you're running for is different from other districts.
It
It's
is.
vast, large, and has a population of people with so many different backgrounds, because you have rural and some who experience that urban life and suburban life as well. So how important is this seat compared to other seats in other districts?
Okay. You mentioned a lot of great things. One, I'll talk to you the level of diversity. District 1, maybe other than maybe like District 4 or so, has one of the highest diverse populations. Our leading population as far as like demographics is Hispanic and white. You have Asian, Black, and then individuals that would consider themselves others, mixed, whatever. And so you're dealing with individuals who are English speakers, individuals that are non-English speakers, and trying to communicate with them. You have a lot, there's a huge up north, huge Vietnamese, Filipino population that lives up there. And a lot of them are non-English speakers. So it's like navigating all these different subsets that live in the district. And second question, because I was like, there was a whole bunch happening right there. What was the other part of your question?
Well, considering that diversity there and how it compares to other districts,
Mhm.
how important would you say that the seat for District 1 is compared to other districts?
District 1 has always been a heavily, I don't want to say it's a lot of weight that comes with this seat, but it is a lot of weight that comes with this seat. Historically, it's known as the African American seat for the district, having African American leadership and representation on the council. That's the first thing. Talking back to the diversity of it, it's going to take a special and intentional individual to bring all those subset communities together. So I think a lot of this weight is District 1. And it's always been a seat in my mind that is one that other councils look to as far as like leadership and navigating it, the city and the policies and everything. So I think it's super important. Whoever is going to step into this seat has to have, first of all, be centered and focused in who they are and spiritually grounded. Secondly, it's going to take an individual that can navigate all different types of things, whether if I'm talking to the guys on the basketball court or I'm talking to individuals in the corporate office. And understanding, and two, while bringing all those individuals together to collaborate and to discuss what is actually needed for this district. Oh, I'm so sorry, sweetie.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Hi, my name is Ruby.
Hi,
I'm
Ruby.
a sophomore here, and one of my questions are: you mentor young athletes through your fitness business.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the young people of District 1 need most right now, and that they're not getting?
That is a really
And when
good.
I mean young people, I'm like ranging from like younger students and then to the collegiate level.
Okay. Mentorship is one. I've had the opportunity pre-COVID. I was a mentor at Ortega Elementary School for API, so Austin Partners in Education. And I think a lot of what is missing is that connection to our leaders and to the community through those mentorships. Growing up, you had like Jack and Jill, and you still have like Jack and Jill in the boys and girls club. And so I think at the lower level, it's able to have individuals where you have that mentorship. Dealing with collegiate, and I understand this, and this is an opportunity that could be, and I thought about this even prior to running. I was like, how are we tapping into civically engaging and educating our students in high school and college through whether it's through paid internships at the city for your collegiate students, or is it like, are we doing, and I know they do it more so at the state. They have like those days when you come in, and I'm trying to think of the program that's at the state, where it's you go and mentor and you're meeting with the different elected officials. So I think for that, if you're specifically talking about civic, it's having those mentorships. If you're talking about a health, that's more so a whole nother ball games, because understanding that like 1 in 4 students or 1 in 4 kids that live in Central Texas are food insecurity. So I think it's more so less. How are we helping them to first get the food and the needs so then they're able to just be focused and be at school and show up and be their loving bright selves. So that's something, if I would say, starting with the mentorship, but making sure that students are served where their basic needs are basically met. Because I keep on getting this, and I was like, we could talk about this forever.
Oh, I actually don't have a question. You answered my question when you gave your background.
What was the
Any
question?
follow-up?
Um, no, she answered all of my questions.
What was your questions? I'm curious.
My first one was like, why do you find it important to run for the District 1 seat? You answered that flawlessly, and then after that, it was, what you're looking to accomplish. And my colleagues have asked you that question, so it's nothing less.
Well, this is the thing. If you're asking me what I'm looking to accomplish, I think it's more, one is visibility. People want to be seen, heard, and have that experience in their interaction with their council members. So I think that would be first and foremost, having that open door policy for the individuals that live in that district. But if we're talking more so like my platform or where I look to move, it's like housing and infrastructure balance, understanding the gray and the green. How are we looking to update what's happening above the streets as well as below the street? How we're dealing with drainage. With the recent housing, we're going to see an uptick in that. So then how are we then updating, again, the infrastructure when it comes to our sidewalks, or what are we doing for our drainage? And dealing with those nuances when I'm on my working in my neighborhood association or as co-chair of my contact team. And then looking to public safety. I'm not sure if you guys heard recently, but off of up north, there was a recent shooting at an apartment complex yesterday evening. So how are we dealing and making it safe and pulling people into and advocating and community policing of what's happening in our area? So I am excited about running. I am excited about like engaging with the community to truly hear what they want to see done. Where can we be expansive? Where can we be innovative? And how we're looking at moving when it comes to the growth and being intentional. I think a lot of what's happening now is we're just throwing. My mom used to say, if you want to know spaghetti is done, take it out the pot and throw it on the wall. If it sticks, then you know it's done. I feel like that's what's happening a lot with what is happening in District 1. And I don't see a true planning of District 1, the Eastern Crescent, and even the city as a whole.
Great point. Great point.
Hi, I'm Serena.
Hi, Serena.
What lessons from being an athlete do you bring into leadership?
Oh, that's a good one. I had the opportunity to meet with someone yesterday and they were asking me something. I was like, no, the athlete in me is like, let's go. So I think being driven, dedicated, disciplined, understanding, even though track is seen as a very individualized sport, it's about team. So I'm showing up and I have to bring in my 40 points that can move my team towards the larger goal of winning our championship. So understanding and knowing how to be a team player and collaborate while also too having to lead. And so I think sports is ingrained in me. I'm actually lucky and glad that I had the opportunity to do sports at every level to the highest level of being a professional athlete, because that's a whole different ballgame than being in college and high school where it's more so team centered. So I guess it's being dedicated and driven and determined and disciplined and being able to dig in and stay motivated when things aren't looking good. Because you train as a track athlete for 9 months to essentially run one race. So you have to be your season goes up and down like this, and you have to stay very tunnel vision on where. Okay, I'm like, okay, I gotta get myself to the USA Championships. I'm getting myself to that final. So yes, I had a bad race, or yes, I had a good race, but I can't stay focused on that, and I just gotta keep pressing and getting better. So I think I loved being an athlete, and I think that's why I'm even motivated more now being on the campaign trail.
That's great.
So watch out.
Well, I honestly also didn't have a question because just like, well,
It's okay. It's
No,
okay to
ask
relax.
it. Or
Yeah.
ask a new question. Anything.
Or ask the same question a different
go
way.
forward, too, so we can make sure we pick it up on the mic. Thank you so much, Kiara.
And I love your braids.
I'm gonna get ready to count.
I know. I was like, should I bob it? I think I'm gonna bob it soon.
I honestly have no idea what to ask.
So you're
Can I
talking
ask you a
about-
question? Knowing that you guys are one of array of different students, so I heard seniors all the way to sophomore. What year are you? Okay, so you're leaving. Are you from Texas?
Most.
Okay.
Moved around a lot.
Okay. Are you looking to stay in Austin?
Yeah, I'm actually on an apartment right now.
Okay. Where are you looking in the city?
I'm not really anywhere specific. It's really just any place that's nice and safe and has low income. Honestly, I'm not really too picky on where I am.
Okay. So what is making you want to stay in Austin?
So I told myself that I was going to take a break from school after I graduated because I haven't given myself a break since
Okay.
I graduated high school. So it's really just I don't want to move. I really just don't want to move back with my mom.
That's real.
So and I told my in Austin, especially in the career field that I want to pursue, it has a lot of good connections out here. So I told myself like I would stay for a year, even if 2 years if I have to just kind of build off business and like find other ways to work because even like right now the job search is like really really bad.
If you don't mind me asking, what field is that?
Digital media communications.
Okay.
So like I've applied for like so many different jobs and I've gotten rejection letter after rejection letter for like the past like 2-3 months.
Mm-hmm.
So I told myself that I would just stay, build off the business, find other ways to do income because I want to, start my own photography business. I want to get into trading. I was even thinking about doing real estate photography or even the Airbnb business. So there's a lot of different things that I said that I would do.
And I want to say to you as a candidate, because the city has those kinds of programs, but I don't think that they have internships and I don't think that they're connected to HT.
Yep.
So, I mean, they have a TV station, they have a marketing department, they have photography.
Yeah.
So tell us how you would, make sure that students are getting opportunities, especially students from the district that you would represent.
There are a lot of internships so that some like graduates can't do because they're only required for people who are currently students.
Which doesn't make sense. If you're graduating, you should still be able to do an internship.
Where is this located? Is this with the city or just in general?
Just in general, like there's
Okay.
a lot of applications that I've wanted to do that I had like really high interest in, and then when I look at the requirements, it says I have to be getting credit at an accredited university to be able to do the internship.
Got you.
So if I'm graduating, I can take it.
To answer your question, and I'm sorry, I'm sad that that's your experience. But let me tell you something. You give me a little spiciness, so I think you're a fighter. You will be good. To answer your question, Alberta, it would be more so starting at an earlier age, starting earlier in. So having those internships, building that arm, and having it be paid internships, would be an opportunity for the city to be able to do that. And I think I recently saw on y'all's Instagram page that y'all were at the city looking at their marketing, where they're set up and they do their press conferences and all of that. So it is on the person that is in office to build that network and that collaboration.
I want to just challenge you to not just make it earlier, because the issue is whether or not you can do an internship once you graduate. And it should be like, maybe you shouldn't be able to do it 2 years after you graduate. But a lot of times students, especially here, there's so much on their plate and they're working too. So to have that internship start at the point of graduation, they're graduating, then moving into a paid internship, that's it seems to me that that's silly not to be able to do that.
So are you saying that is currently the policy of the city?
She was saying, I don't know what the policy of the city, and I do know what she's saying is correct, just dealing with internships in general.
Right.
That some of these, and I don't know what the city's policy is, but some of them have this criteria where you have to be, you cannot have graduated
Yes.
before you do an internship. Now, I was fortunate because back when I did an internship, I graduated and went into an internship, or however you want to put it, apprenticeship.
Right.
Maybe it's an apprenticeship. They
Right.
have to rename it, but whatever that is, she's pointed to a real gap in the
And
system.
She's not the only student that has mentioned this to us. So.
And that's an opportunity. Seeing it as an opportunity to be able to put stuff in place like that. Okay.
I have a follow up towards everything like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of places within Austin are very low income. And as we look at the growing population in the city, we see students who are fresh out of school and do not have jobs. Not only that, but we see the most growing population is young people around those ages of 19, and I would cap it at 28, right? So with there not being many opportunities for students to get jobs, internships, and for there also being a lot of hiring freezes and people who are coming in overqualified. What position are candidates and people who already hold office, what position are they in to help out students and young people?
That can, oh gosh. That could be something when you're looking at what companies you're bringing into the city who are looking to come here, what their policies are when it comes to hiring individuals who are locally located. And to your point, there are a lot of individuals who come from out of state to work here in Texas and Austin. I'm not sure if you guys know, like, the average age or the median age for our city is 34. Median income for our district is teetering on $96,000, $98,000. Look at your face. That's what I'm saying. But 60% of the people that live in District 1 are medium to low income residents. It's a huge gap. It's a huge gap.
It's a huge gap too when you look at it by race.
Absolutely.
It's a huge gap. Because that 90-something thousand is not the median income for African Americans.
No, it's lower than that. It may be like 40, 50, if 50. But it's in that range. So it is looking to advocate for companies that are coming here to build, especially because they get so many incentives, honey. It's like, how can we teeter that? And I was even talking recently to one of the CEOs of one of the chambers, and I was like, how can we build on a more philanthropic arm here in the city? Because a lot of what we're relying on going to these different budget meetings and being a part of the different commissions, we get updates from the city staff. And you're looking at a lot of people are heavily reliant on city as their number one. But how are we looking to diversify individuals, nonprofits, vendors' portfolios? How are we looking at the Oracles and the Samsungs and the Dells and the Teslas to step up and have put more of a force and fire under their butt to be able to pour back into the communities where they've built up and set up shop? And a lot of those areas where those companies are set up are in the Eastern Crescent, in D1, D2, and D3.
And I hear something coming together in this room between what Kiara talked about and between what Dakari talked about. Apprenticeships and jobs for people who are here as opposed to outsiders. The city does have an incentive program, and those things, just like other tools in the toolbox that they use to lure people here, how would you be willing to, and how would you go about expanding that toolbox to include things like apprenticeships, especially for HBCU students and students from Hispanic serving institutions, and also for students, for graduates, or just regular people, who need a job and who are here, and they're not part of the companies bringing them in from the outside.
Correct.
So the toolbox, they have a toolbox.
And you know what? It would be me understanding a little bit deeper about what's in that toolbox to start off. I'm not going to say.
Well, there is a jobs clause in the toolbox.
No. And I understand that, but I'm not going to speak to knowing every tool in the toolbox. And I don't want to sit here and say that I know it and lie. I want to be highly informed of what all those tools are in the toolbox to then be able to make that decision. But it is something, this is literally you're literally across from downtown. It's not far. It's a possibility. You have internships and individuals that are getting those opportunities at UT. Why is that not happening at HT? How are we looking then to advocate more and bring that in? And I know Dr. Wallace has been doing a better job of interacting with that. So it's allowing and building that collaboration and that relationship with the individuals that are in office, starting off, and understand a little bit more too about what is in that toolbox. I love this, y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We really appreciate you being here, Alexandria.
Get more insight while also too relying on your colleagues and the individuals, because I'm the type of person I want to know the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So doing that as well, but also too, it's empowering. I think another reason, if you ask me, another reason of wanting to run was to empower my neighbors. When I would come and I was like, hey guys, let's show up and go speak at city council, and they were like, well, they're not listening to us, we've been doing this for years. Like, people need to see someone that they know is going to be down there, that's going to have their back, that's going to be advocate, but then I'm like empowering you and you and you to then step up and be leadership. And like, it's not just on this one person. Please don't put this one person on the pedestal, because they are here to do the work. They are a steward, while also too bringing other individuals up with them. Leaders. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. This is
Yeah.
really and we wish you well with your
Thank
campaign.
you.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, guys.